Hello everyone. Today I am explaining about Plato's justice. In Plato's justice, uh, Plato explaining about the equality and fairness of society, equal treatment and giving equal opportunity to individuals. So here he's explained that justice derived from the Greek word diacusium. Here Plato explained that this justice was word is derived from the Greek word, and this justice means diacusium in the view of the Plato. Justice was closely related to morality. Before Plato, many theories of justice was prevalent. Plato rejected all these theories one by one and propounded his own theory of justice. Means he explained about the discussion and debate, discussion and dialectics between the Socrates and his counterparts. So here he was going to explaining about the other philosophers views before going to explain his own justice. So first of all, here he explaining about the Cephalus view of justice. So he gave Cephalus theory of justice name is traditional theory. So in his traditional theory, Cephalus is said that about the justice, that justice means justice consists in speaking the truth and paying one's debt. Means here he said that if in my view justice means it is the speaking truth to everyone, talking correctly and talking truly with everyone and paying one's debt, that will be called as a justice for my view. This is explained by, and this answer given by Cephalus to Socrates. So then Socrates replied that he dismissed his argument and pointed out that it might be harmful to speak the truth or return one's belongings. So he never ever satisfied about the Cephalus argument. Cephalus said that about the truth, that in my view justice consists in speaking the truth and paying one's debt. So for this answer, Socrates said that I never ever accept this argument, and yeah, I am criticizing your argument. So I wanted to point out here that it might be harmful to speak the truth or return one's belongings. So why it is harmful? So here he is, Socrates is explaining below that he said that like returning weapons to a mad person or telling the truth when it is better to conceal it. So he said that if a mad person, if when a person given something to us, a weapon or something to given to us before means previously. So when today he means nowadays he became mad. If I am returning to that weapon to that person, that will be called as a unfair. Either I have to conceal it, hide it, or never, I never to say to him I took a weapon from him, because his mental condition, his mental the ability is not good now. So that's why I have to conceal it, I have to hide that matter. So here Socrates is explaining that I if I am saying truth and speaking truth always, that will be harmful to others or maybe mine. So that's why speaking always truth is also bad. And returning a weapon to a mad person is also uh, becomes not fair in the situation, based on the situation. So that's why we have to think about the conditions, whichever suitable, then we have to manage that conditions. So in the view of Socrates, this is not the fair. Always we have to be talk truly, and we have to return the belongings of the everyone. So here he is explaining, and he gave the counter argument to Cephalus, and asked another question. He said he didn't show that honesty in a word and deed was not okay. Next, after not satisfying Socrates, Polemarchus is a son of the Cephalus. He entered into the discussion and debate, and he gave the answer that doing good to friends and harm to enemies, in my view, this is the justice. So here Polemarchus said that Polemarchus is also a philosopher. He gave the answer because of not satisfaction of the Socrates to his father's answer. So that's why he entered into the discussion, and he gave the answer that doing good to friends, in my view, and doing good to friends and harm to enemies, in my view, is the justice. So here also Socrates is not satisfied, and he said that, and he replied, and he pointed out that he didn't show that honesty in a word and deed was not justice, but rather that such honesty could be harmful. Means he is saying that always saying true and always doing good to everyone is not always a good thing. We have to maintain, and we have to think about the conditions. Then we go, and then we do the uh, then we alter the situations in the view of the Socrates. So here, for the answer of the Polemarchus, Socrates is giving the and criticizing and pointing out that true justice which does not only good to all but harm none. Means Socrates is not satisfied here, satisfied the answer of Polemarchus, and he asked a question. True justice means, in my view, which does not only good to all but harm none. Means in my view, if justice is there, if my enemy, if my friend, if my anyone, so justice means it is applicable to everyone and harm to none. So in my view, this is the fair justice. This this argument was given by Socrates. So here he is explaining more here. See, if justice gives benefit to friends only, then what is the standard of deciding whether a particular person is a friend or foe? A foe today can be a friend of tomorrow also. Justice does not discriminate between the friends and the foes, but gives due to all. Here he said that if I have a friend now, tomorrow he will be become a enemy. If today I have a enemy, tomorrow he will be become a friend to me. So no one knows who will be become friend and who will be become enemy. So that's why here we cannot discriminate, or we cannot maintain the equal relationships which with each and everyone. So that's why we cannot say anything. So if my friend and if my enemy, I have to be give, and I have to be cooperate and maintain the good relationships and give the equal opportunities. So that's why they have equal rights. If I have a friend, he has equal rights. If I have an enemy, that he has also a equal human rights. So that's why we cannot say that who is good friend to me now today or enemy tomorrow. So that's why it is not applicable to anyone to harm or uh, maintain the good relationships. So that's why this for this argument, uh, Socrates is not happy, and he he is not satisfied and he rejected this idea also, whichever given by the Polemarchus. Here Cephalus' traditional theory of justice expounded by Cephalus believes that friends should be benefited, whereas be foe should put a disadvantageous position. This concept makes justice individualistic rather a social concept, but in actual practice justice has social standing and cannot vary from individual to individual. Here Socrates is saying that justice means not different. If I have enemy, equal justice for him. If I have a friend, I have to treat equally before the law, so everyone is equal. If I have a friend, he has equal rights. If he anyone has an enemy to me with me, he has equal rights. So that's why I cannot differentiate before law. I cannot counteract. So that's why here I have to maintain the good relations, and uh, I cannot tolerate here with negative things. So here in another after this rejection of Socrates, Thrasymachus is another philosopher. He entered into the discussion, and he replied after the rejection of Socrates' counter attack. So he said that in my view, in my view, justice means might is right. So he said that he replied that in my view, whichever is a might, if I have power, might means here power. If I have power, using that power, I will get the right. So this argument was said by the Thrasymachus. So here Thrasymachus is saying one ought to do what has capacity and power to do. Means if I have power, if I have anything, if I have something, so then I will be get the right. So this is for me a justice. This was explained by the uh, Thrasymachus. Exponents of this theory in all forms of government laws are made to suit the convenience of the rulers alone. So, in his theory, only rulers have an opportunity to make the laws, and after making laws, it is using for their own convenience. All rulers are all for their own convenience. They are using that laws. This in the might is right concept. Thrasymachus was saying that might is right is in my view is might is right is the justice, and in that justice only rulers has an opportunity to make the laws, and that laws is using for the convenience of the rulers alone. This is explained by the Thrasymachus. Justice meant satisfaction of the desires of the rulers alone, who are few, whereas injustice may and the masses at large. So here he said that only justice is depends for the rulers and injustice for the masses. This argument was explained by the Thrasymachus. So here uh, um, uh, Socrates once again not satisfied with the answer of the Thrasymachus. Thrasymachus is saying that might is right. Whoever is powerful in the society, that person is getting rights, and only rulers has the right to make the laws, and only whichever laws were prepared by the rulers that are convenient to use and make it the law, then and that lies satisfaction for the desires of the rulers only, and only uh, justice is related to rulers only, and injustice is um, only makes by masses. This differentiated was created by the Thrasymachus. So that's why here Socrates not satisfied with his answer, and he is replying. He pointed out there that in my view, concept of justice preached extreme individualism. Here everyone stands for his selfish ends and alone, and not for others. Here he said that here justice means not individualism. Means I'm not anyone is not preparing justice and law for the one individual or one community, or not for the rulers. Here everyone is equal before the law, and everyone is justiciable before the law. Either may be a poor, or may be a higher class, or may be a ruler, or may be a worker section. So everyone is equally here. So we cannot differentiate between the unjust people and the justiciable people. And whoever might is right here, an anarchy will be prevails. Anarchy means jungle raj. So that's why here Socrates is not satisfied, and he gave the counter argument, and he said that this is not fair. Justice means uh, everyone is equal before the law, and no one is here individual, no, and no one is here below or average or low. So here if differentiation is creates, that will be creates by the merit, and based on their own capacities. We cannot differentiate between higher, poor, or rule, or average peoples. So here he gave the counter argument, and he clarified that justice means here everyone equal, and no one is below, no one is below, no one is the average persons. Everyone is based on their education. If they are becoming the rulers, then they have capacity to rule the society. If anyone is becoming the soldiers, then they have capacity to protect the territories and borders. And if anyone is becoming the warrior, and he will be become as a farmer product to make the production of the crops. So this will be happens based on their merits, not differentiated by the human beings. This answer was clarified by the Socrates. So here, after not satisfied by the Socrates, another philosopher was came into debate. So his name was Glycon theory. Glycon was a philosopher. His theory was called as a pragmatism. In his theory, Glycon, in his when he was entered into the discussion, he gave the answer to uh, Socrates, that injustice was better than justice. He said that injustice is better in my view, and justice is not better in my view. This was answer given by the Glycon. When Socrates asked that what is justice, Glycon said that injustice was better for me, and justice is not better for me. This answer was given by Glycon to Socrates. Glycon said that Glycon pointed out that individuals were not willing just, but only out of necessity, in which case injustice was better than justice. Glycon pointed out that all customary rulers relating to religion and morality were imposed on individuals by social sanctions, which originated in humans intelligence, and they will based on the tacit consent of the parties. Law emerged whereby the strong and the weak contract with each other. Strong agreed not to inflict wrong, the weak accepted not to suffer injustice. Here Glycon is explaining that here in my view injustice was better. Means if here all human beings are creating or making by the injustice, and if they are accepting the injustice, in my view injustice is better. Justice only follows by some few people, so that's why in my view justice is not better. Injustice is following by each and everyone, so that's why in my view injustice is better. This answer was given by Glycon to the Socrates. So here Socrates not accepted about this Glycon's concept, and he replied that not at all, this is just this is justiciable. And if a strong is keeping a power with him, so he always makes the injustice to the poorer sections. If a weaker is taking the power with him, he will maintain the equal just society. So that's why here we have to think about the education. We have to focus on the education. So whoever capable to educate himself properly, and who will be become as a ruler, then that ruler can know each and everything, how to maintain the society, how to uh, maintain the peaceful environment in the society. Then we even know, because of education only creates the society society just, and it will be create the peaceful environment in the society. So that's why here mainly Plato focused on the good education, and just education is important, and it is always powerful weapon to maintain and to cooperate with among to give cooperation among the individuals. So after this discussion and debate was over, when Plato was made here and explained here, everyone, Glycon, Thrasymachus, and Cephalus and Polemarchus, after their justice, their views of justice, here Plato giving his own perception about justice. He said that in my view functional specialization is more and more important. Functional specialization means what? Here functional specialization means a division of labor. So here Plato saying that in my view functional specialization or division of labor in the society is very very important to maintain the justice. How, what is the functional specialization we see here? He said that in our society we have to divide the society into three classes. That is the reason, if there is a soul, that soul divided into the three sections. One is the reason, another one is spirit, and appetite. This is the three souls. If we are talking about the class, then rulers class, soldiers class, warriors class, and we are talking about the art and articraft, that will be gold, silver, and bronze. So rulers called the gold, soldiers silver, warriors bronze. So here he said that for the satisfaction and for the peaceful maintenance of the society, we have to divide the society into the into the sections. If a rule if based on the capacity a person is becoming a ruler, we have to maintain the good opportunities to him to become the ruler, and to give the charges to him to rule the society. And based on capacities of the soldiers, if a person is becoming the soldier, we have to maintain and we have to give the good opportunities to soldiers to maintain his duty. And if a warrior is becoming, a farmer is becoming to produce based on his capacity, a warrior is becoming or producing from the society, so we have to give the equal opportunities to a warrior to do his duty well, and uh, and maintain the relationship with others equally. So here he said that we have to divide the society based on the capacities. So based on their capacities, within their limitations, not interacting or not uh, differentiating with each other's duties, interfering with each other's duties, they will perform their duties very well within their limitations. So here he said that in my view, justice means division of labor, and within that division of labor, that division is created by the by capacities. If based on education, if a person is becoming the ruler, we have to provide the opportunities to a ruler uh, to rule and to maintain the society, to perfectly do his duty. And if a soldier is becoming, then so we have to give the opportunities, perfect opportunities to him to do his duty within his limitations without interfering others matters. If a warrior is performing his duties, we give the good opportunities to him to perform his duty within his limitations. So like this, he created the differentiation based on their own capacities, not any other criteria. So this is whole explained by the Plato in his own justice. And this justice mainly depends upon the education. That education system of Plato, I explain you I will explain you in next videos. Today I explained you about the justice. Before Plato's justice, Plato explained in his theory other philosophers justice, like Cephalus justice, like Polemarchus justice, like Thrasymachus, like Glycon. Then later he explained his own justice that totally depends upon the functional specialization. And in that functional specialization, he said that my functional specialization is also called division of labor. And division of labor is necessary, it is very very important. It is not, it is based totally based on the based on educational criteria. If a person is highly educated, he will become the ruler in the society. If a person is not qualifying the ruler's higher education examination, he will become the soldier. And if a person is not passing the not crossing the soldiers criteria, he will become the warrior. So like this, he differentiated the uh, division of labor, and he said that these three classes work there within their limitations, then only a society will become peaceful, and it will be work properly, and is their population also become peaceful, and they will maintain the equal relationships and good relationship with other states also. And it will be it will be progress more and more. So like this, it will be happen totally based on peace and rest. So this is whole our Plato's justice I explained here. If any query you have, you ask me in the comment section. Thank you so much.